Hi again, everyone, and thanks for clicking into the preview video from Central Illinois Online Broadcast Museum at DougQuick.com. You know, every week I post a number of videos from television's past, and this week I'll continue to feature classic and a few non-classic game shows from the 50s and 60s. It was the golden age of television and the golden age of TV game shows until a cheating scandal brought everything to a near halt. I'll explain that coming up. Last week's videos included 8 sample programs from different game shows, but that was just a small sample of the shows that I'll be bringing you. This week, I'll feature 8 more videos, complete game shows from the 50s and 60s. This week, you'll see Tic-Tac-Dough from 1958. It Could Be You, starring Bill Layden. Finders Keepers, a mid-50s Dumont Network game show. And the classic Truth or Consequences, as Bob Barker was introduced as the new host in 1956. Also, there's Nothing But the Truth that you might remember as To Tell the Truth. This pilot from 1956 starred CBS 60 Minutes news anchor Mike Wallace. And there's also an early entry from ABC called 7 Keys with Jack Nars. And there's an explanation of how ABC daytime programming actually began. There's On Your Way from the early 1950s, another Dumont Network entry that features an announcer I had a conversation with back in 1995. I'll tell you about it at the museum. Then the game show that brought the house down, 21, and the actual 1956 show that brought about the game show scandal because of cheating. You'll get the entire story on this week's Videos of the Week. We wrap it all up with a backstory video from a PBS documentary series called The American Experience, produced in 1991. It'll tell you the complete game show scandal story. Now, in case you missed any of the game shows posted, you can see them all on the Historical Television Highlights page at the museum. Also, I've added some information about Peoria's original FM station at 105.7. It was originally WWTO, that's where I remember it, and has several air checks from the early 70s from that station. It was a Drake Chenault station originally, then shifted to a locally originated, automated, contemporary, easy listening format that was voiced by the owner, Paul Carnegie. Now, I've got a link on the Select Local Stations page to WWTO that will direct you to an interview that contributor Tom Arbogast recorded with Mr. Carnegie about his history in radio. Not only does he tell the story of getting 105.7 on the air, but he also tells of his early history of being a sound man for the Lone Ranger radio dramas back in the 1940s at WXYZ Radio in Detroit. He explains how they were done and his relationship with the stars of the show. I must thank Tom for sharing his work with the Central Illinois Online Broadcast Museum. This week, be sure and stop by the museum for some real audio and video treats. We'll see you next time.